I'm the scat man. I'm the scat man.
It's a good news, bad news type of Friday. Welcome to NHL Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction. Carlo's out doing charitable work like the angel that he is. One game today. One game that we've already seen the total go from 6.5 to 6. Pittsburgh-Columbus. Been a crappy week. We'll go with crappy. Matthews, Marner. We had the Matthews anytime goal. I also had Matthews and Marner for a point each. Needed them to each get a point for about $5,000. Didn't get that. Thanks, guys. Old Nick Blankenberg was a decoy on that first power play goal. They just snapped it around. He was looking for the pass. No one wanted to pass to him. They had the power play goal early. No dice there. Leo Carlson, no point. Anaheim gets 4. Got half of the Cousins Batherson. Thank you very much. And we almost got stung on that Jackson Blake. He had a goal. They took it away. I went to bed, and luckily that one hit. But boy, oh boy, it is under season. Overstacks last night. Lost money. Minus 1.95 units. Not a lot, but I think it's, as I look at the numbers here, the 4th losing day in a row if you're playing all the overstacks. So it is pivot time. 12 games or so left in the NHL slate. It's tightening up. Like I said, it's under season. We already saw this total move. Happy to see everybody there in the chat. Bobby Newport. Carlo, charity, a man of the people. Absolutely. So there lies the question, Nick Porto. Columbus does not score goals anymore. They absolutely do not. Let's just throw it out there right now. Let's just throw it out. Columbus team total under 2.5, plus 120. When this total was at 6.5, I saw plus 135. A little slow, but I still like this at this number. Kyrou Holloway Shen. Yes, that was it. That was a good one. Frost Coronado Huberdeau was plus 500. I hit a Zari point in that game. And we do have to dig into, what were some other big ones? We had that one. I mean, there were some big unders. The Kopitar Kempe Kuzmenko one was plus 500 to the under. As I'm looking at the list here. Oh, the Dallas one. Robertson, Hintz, Rantanen, no points, plus 625. That's a big winner on the under. Is that a Sidney Crosby under I saw in the graphic before the show? No, will not be a Sidney Crosby under. We are absolutely fading everything to do with Columbus. Now let's run it down. I blame Chinnikov. That's funny you bring it up, Bobby Newport. Everything was going well until Chinnikov came back into the lineup. They haven't done anything. This is the rundown on the game. Columbus on the second of a back-to-back, 1-0 loss, OT. On the power play, they lost down a man, Florida. 7th game in 12 days. So not only is it a second game in as many days, it's just a bad schedule spot. Going from home, going to the road. Obviously not a big travel day, but 7th game in 12 days. This is a run. Pittsburgh's been off since the 18th. It's just their 3rd game in 7 days. And they've been at home since March 11th. You probably can't find a bigger rest advantage or schedule discrepancy if you want. I mean, Pittsburgh minus 140, maybe regulation if you're looking that way. Mark Shag, who is a reporter for Columbus, said Columbus tweeted out today, Columbus, 1 goal on 119 shots in a 4-game homestand. They went 0-4 straight up. They were outscored 11-1. AV Liner saying the fall of Columbus is so sad. Hopefully they have one last push, but I'm skeptical. I don't know what else to think about when you see the Islanders getting hot. You see Montreal staying hot. It's a tough one. Happy Friday, pumpers from Grade A Fantasy. He's saying Matt Grislick, plus 230 assists, plus 172 point. Don't see a power play market. Columbus should move to Cleveland from old Mikey Glove saves. All right. But like this one's so funny. Like this would have been like the perfect over game any other time of the season except for right now. The overs hit in both of these matchups. But 6.5 was a big number. Like I said, it's fallen to 6 in most places. Yes, it might be a Daniel Tarasov versus Tristan Jarry start, but Tristan Jarry, I mean, I think he started 5 straight games, so he might not even get the start, but I'm not even that worried, even if Alex Nedeljkovic does start. But Jarry, 4-1 straight up since getting recalled, 5th in goals saved above expected per 60 since the restart and since he got recalled from the minors. Saw today that Crosby has insane numbers versus Columbus. I'd like to see those numbers. I'm not a guy who usually bets on those things, but it'd be interesting to see. I can probably bring up those games. Wait to see if the market's open. So one thing that I do want to wait and see on the Pittsburgh side, I want to see, and it's what we see in football. Hour before kickoff, hour before they drop the puck, they open up some more lines. Right now, we do not have a Philip Tomasimo market for a point. But if that opens up, you can put him and Gino together. Last time, plus 375. If that opens, that's going to be around where it is. I would assume I'd probably take that at plus 300 or better. Columbus will likely have an optional skate today, so we won't really know if they're going to blow those lines up. But right now, Fantilli, Marchenko, and Kent Johnson not to get a point is plus 400. I know not everybody has that outs. Oh, AV Laner, thank you. Last 10 versus Columbus, 20 points. 7 goals, 13 assists. Those are numbers that are hard to ignore. There you go. Infamous Boys putting stuff together, putting a big Friday one together. I think that's the way you go. I don't think you touch anything with Columbus. I don't think the Gino line's going to do too much, but plus 300 for him and his PP2 guy and Philip Tomasino maybe to get a point is something to look at. And then it's just so hard to find value on that Rust, Raquel, Crosby line, who I assume is probably somewhere in the plus 200 range, all to get a point. Ned will let in 30 goals if he starts. He could start. I'm not worried about it. He had one good game. I mean, 5 games off. He probably wants to get back in the lineup. There's probably some fight to get back in this lineup. James McCarra saying Adam Fantilli over 2.5 shots on goal. Need to get a price on that to see where it is. You'd hope that in that game script, because we had the Simon Holmstrom 2 shots. That was another bad beat last night. He gets a goal. He finishes with 1 shot because the effing Islanders are such a bullshit leading team. They have no push and they can't defend well. So they just sat on that lead. The offense went absolutely nowhere and I knew it was coming. The game script in Islanders games when they lead is absolutely trash. The offense is gone. And they look like Buffalo of last year, even Buffalo of this year. They just try to protect that lead and hang on by the skin of their teeth. Is that even the same? I don't know. Better than the other one I was thinking of. But love to see Montreal coming back in that game. Plus 105-ish for Fantilli shots. Like to see where the lines are today. Not that I don't think that really is going to mean Fantilli's still going to be C1, PP1. But I just look at this game and I don't see anything other than just continually fading this Columbus offense that is in a bad schedule spot. It's on the second of a back-to-back. The market already likes the under. They've probably been playing with house money for the majority of the season. Yes, it would have been great to see them have a Cinderella run, get into the postseason, something like that. The organization's been through a lot. But at the end of the day, this is just a roster that they were so much better. Remember the days of Sean Monahan on that team? Those stacks were awesome. But once Chinnikov came back in, it's just like nothing has clicked. The lines aren't working. I mean, it's probably thoughts on the Leafs. They're good. It's a great little stretch. I'm still pissed off at Marner Matthews. But like that team has to absolutely grind to get that number 1 spot because we saw last night what the difference is of Ottawa versus Tampa Bay or Florida. Florida's not scoring goals right now, winning hockey games. Tampa Bay, Dangerous. Sorelli Hagel, they pointed last night. Dangerous. Vasilevsky, dangerous. Thought Allmark might be dangerous. Guess what? He got shelled. He got pulled early. Got to play Ottawa. Absolutely have to play Ottawa. So I want to see them push. A lot of that stretch with Toronto out of the break, no Tanev. Big difference. Now the Tanev's there, Carlos there. They're settled. A little better hockey. That second line right now, as we talk about the Leafs, you don't move Bobby McMahon off that second line. Pontus Holmberg doesn't deserve to be anywhere in the top 6. That's your line. And then you all of a sudden look and you're like, wow. First round pick for old Scotty Lotz sitting there with the 4th line with Lorentz and David Kampf. Not even as a center. That's a tough one. But the team's still good enough that they can get over that loss. It's a first round pick, 2027, I think, or something like that. Down the line. I like unders in this game, but last time was shut out by Florida. They put up 7 against the Rangers, was earlier this month. Nick Porto, I think they've been shut out in 3 of their last 4 games? As I try to bring that one up on my end here, it's nothing has worked. I mean, both of their understacks, Fantilli, Marchenko, Johnson, understack plus 375. Jenner, Chinnikov stack plus 130. And they wiped off the Jenner goal, which was interesting. A few goals. I'm getting kind of pissed off at the NHL's association or how they're reviewing goals. I just hate hitting winners and getting them taken off the board. Columbus shut out, yes, in 3 of their last 4 games. Scored one goal in their last 4 games. The power plays 0 for 19 over the last 9 games. You look at expected metrics, sure, they're up there. They should be scoring more. They are very unlucky. But if you had been betting on that dam to break, on betting on that luck to turn, you're broke. You're absolutely broke. And Cousins still plus by himself, scored again since trade 70 games. And those are the things that piss me off, Grade A Fantasy, where I'm like, all right, let's not overdo with the stacks, but I'm like, oh, Batherson, Cousins, it's a great price. Probably, Cousins is minus 110. Maybe let's just go that rate. No, let's put out the stack at plus 260. Got greedy. Could have just got the point. The point was there. Dorofeyev hat trick. No hurdle. Eichel points. No Stone. No Stone point cost me another $500. It was 11-19. And then that's a great point, Chris McCauley. Thank you. Columbus. We talk about them. One of the best scoring teams at home. Before this absolute bump in the road. One of the best home scoring teams in hockey. On the road, different team. Very different team. I think one of the biggest home to road scoring offense splits in all of hockey. So I just don't see anything in Columbus here. I think it's under. I think it's Pittsburgh in regulation. I think it's Pittsburgh minus 1.5. I think you probably get the regulation just over plus money, minus 1.5, close to plus 180, somewhere around there. That's where we are with this game. I want nothing to do with Columbus. So in saying that, Columbus is going to win 8-2 just because that's how it is. I'm not worried about Nedeljkovic. Not worried about Tristan Jarry, who's been great. Look for Columbus to get a big win tonight. Maybe. We've seen those back-to-back teams. We saw Calgary on the second game of a back-to-back win. We saw Colorado on the second of a back-to-back absolutely lay a thumping. Toronto on the second of a back-to-back lay another thumping. Hudson didn't get a point. Oh, they took away that point. DGen Stoner says, Hudson didn't get a point last night. I don't know how to act. His Calder's still shortened up. More importantly, Celebrini didn't get a point, if we're worried about the Calder. And Colorado, cool and windy. Sure, I don't know that reference. But it's Friday. We got that going. We got college basketball. I bet it. I follow the guys at covers. That's what I'm doing. I'll post something today, but one game, early Friday. Maybe bet early. Why not? Why not? And then producer Mick chimes in from the top ropes. McNeasy, he says, I told you. Yeah, I followed that one. Well done, producer Mick. Your ROI was much better than mine yesterday. I had Aho, Gostisbehere, Jarvis, and Blake all to get a shot in second period. Blake went offside. Oh, that was the goal that was called back. Oh, there you go. Look at you, Po DJ Stoner. Free fries Friday at Carl's Jr. with an app and mini purchase. Why not? Plus EV food move. Yes, the Hudson brothers are very good. And let's get that Calder. Let's get Montreal in the playoffs. I don't know what's going to happen in the West. Vancouver, St. Louis. We should have just bet both of those games to tie and got a lot of money last night because that's where those two games were. Islanders, Montreal, Vancouver, St. Louis, both of those games to tie. If you were on that ticket, you would have absolutely lost your marbles with Brockstar scoring to tie it up with 3 seconds left, and Gallagher's goal after the called back one would have been an awesome play. And I was looking at that and I'm like, these two games are going to be tight. That's what we are. Under season. Easy on the stacks. Columbus team total under 2.5. Like I said, we probably won't see a lineup, anything for Columbus because they played yesterday. So we won't know until about 6:50 before puck drop. So don't do anything with those lines until you see what they are. On the other side, Pittsburgh, I do like Malkin and Tomasino, but waiting for Tomasino market to open. Hopefully that opens later. Might get a little silly, depending on how college basketball goes. Might get a little silly with Pittsburgh. Not worried about the goaltender. Let's leave it at that. Been had better weeks. We'll say that. But I appreciate everybody there. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. We can't give you winners. At least we try to give you some entertainment. That's what we are. Carlo back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. More hockey, and boom! We got MLB season starting next Thursday. Won't be taking my kids to the game, that's for sure. But Thursday. And we got Bat X releases Wednesday for futures. Thursday, Friday for games. And then we go back to our Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday schedule with that. Next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's go. Let's win some money. Appreciate everybody there in the chat. Appreciate you, producer Mick. Don't be afraid to drop more of those March Madness plays in the chat if you got any more. I know you're holding out. I'm Josh Ingles. Wishing a happy weekend to everybody there, including Carlo. NHL Puck Props presented by Sports Interaction on Covers. See you back here Wednesday. Let's have a weekend. Let's go.